So here we go. We're gonna slide that in, nice and easy. Boop. Perfect. So now I have a floating shelf right in my Brimes cabinet that I can display my minifigures on. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're talking about minifigure display cases. So I actually have 4 different options on the table for you. All 4 of these can be purchased from different retailers. And then I have some parts here, and I also have the finished product of a 5th option for you that you can build yourself at home just with a couple of pieces. All right, so these first 2 here I picked up from Michael's. And then these 2 I picked up from Wicked Bricks. All right, so I have them arranged on the desk from the lowest price to the highest price. This one here was $14.99, and then this case here was $27.49. This minifigure display stand was $55.88, and then this case here with the in-game figs in it was $64.98. Now, both of these are going to be plus tax, plus shipping. These are going to be just plus tax because you should be able to pick these up at your local Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Should have something similar. So that's the prices. The minifigure count on this is about 42 figs in this one. And now spacing can get a little weird with that because, you know, like those Falcon figs, they take up a little more space. But so roughly 42 figures for that one. Now this case, there's a wide range of what you can actually put in there because it is a lot bigger. This is about 138 figs or so. If you use all 6 of the shelves, you can get about 23 figs on there. And that's what I actually have here. And this one shelf is about 23 figs. Now there is a lot of more open room in there, so you can fit much more. So that's why I say it's like 138 at 23 per shelf. But that obviously, if you really pack them in there, you could probably get, I would say, somewhere around 220 or so plus with this one. With this minifigure display stand here, this is about 80 figs. And then this case right here is 24 figs. Then also my custom stand down here, it does roughly about 10 figs, but since you are building it out of your own bricks, you can really extend that to do whatever size you'd like to. But let's go ahead and jump into these cases. So you can see the profile on this case here. This is a challenge coin case that you would pick up from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. It has a magnet on the door, so it is held in place with a magnet, and it mounts to the wall just with some little like picture brackets. Now it only comes with one. I added these 2 extra just to give it a little more stability for when I'm taking stuff in and out. I didn't really want it to move around on me. But what I did was I took some 2x black plate like this and some contact cement, and I just glued it down in there. I think that it would have worked a little bit better if I did it a different way. So what I ended up doing was I pushed the plate as far back as I could. If I were to do it again, I think I would move that plate forward a little bit because you can see I have the figs and they're right there on that front row. I feel like if I would have pulled the plate a little bit further to this front lip, then I could have placed the minifigures on the second row and they would be a little more centered than they are now. But it actually works pretty well the way that it is. So for roughly about, $20 or so, I think this is a really nice, relatively dust-free display that you can make at home pretty cheap. So not a bad option there. Now, the entire reason I'm making this video is because I had one of my subscribers ask about a case that was similar to this, that was just deeper. And that way you could do like, minifigures with accessories or different things like that. Now, I already purchased this case a while ago to do something similar to that. And since they asked about it, I figured I'd do a video and show it off. Now, I have not glued these plates down, but what I did was I took one of the large 48x48 base plates and I cut the base plate to fit on the shelf. So that is an option, and I would say if you were going to do something similar like this, I would suggest not gluing the base plate down because it is very nice to be able to take the entire minifigure display shelf off of there. So let me just tell you real quick how I set this up. I took a couple of 2x bricks just to give the back some height, but you can see there is a lot of dead space in there. And I originally actually had her sitting on the back row, but because of her hairpiece, it actually kind of pushed the front of this out a little bit. Now the door would still shut, so that's why I put her on the front to show you that, you know, if you were to place this in the shelf with, if you were to place this in the shelf with, you know, minifigures on the very front row, it's the case would still shut because there is like a little indentation here on the glass. So that's pretty neat. I think that you could realistically get, you know, if you're really just trying to get your minifigures displayed dust-free, you could probably get easily 30, maybe 40 per row. So you could really get a significant amount of minifigures in here. Now I went ahead and I put 2 of the Speed Champion cars in here. These are the 6-wide version. And if you were to do this for an entire display of just the Speed Champion builds, the 6-wide cars, you could put 12 of them in here because there's 2 more shelves down here. I just haven't taken this off yet. Yeah, for, you know, somewhere around that $30 price range, I really feel like, you know, this is not a bad choice. It also has the magnetic door on there, and then you've got, this is stock hardware, so it comes with this hardware on the back so you can mount it on the wall. So yeah, not a bad option for 30 bucks. Now there will be links to all of this stuff in the description below, so if you are interested in any of it, you'll know where you can grab it from. Real quick, let's jump over to these 2 Wicked Bricks displays. Now I have talked about both of these, I believe, in a video before. This display here, it holds 80 minifigs. It's from Wicked Bricks. It is a really, really cool, awesome display. And then we have this display here from Wicked Bricks, and I think this one is super cool too. All of these are relatively dust free because they're not airtight, but I would say this one has a tighter seal on it than these do, especially if you're not going in and out of the cases. You know, this is going to stay more dust free than those if I just had to take a guess. But I think these are really fantastic options. Both of these are, you know, roughly 2 to 3 times the price of these. I think both of them display really well in a Lego room. If I had to pick one, I would say probably these are my favorite just because they have a really high-end look to them. So I really like that. But now since we've covered all of those, let's talk about the custom minifigure display that I made. All right, so this is a custom minifigure display that I made by using Technic bricks on the back and then standard just black bricks on the front, 2 rows of plates. And these are, I'm actually gonna mount in my cabinets over there on the sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of these together so you can see how it's built, and then I'm gonna show you how I intend on mounting these. All right, so the first thing that you wanna do is lay down your plates, and then you wanna stagger on top of your joints these Technic bricks. And then for the front, I staggered my solid bricks to cover the front. So we got our solid bricks on there for the front. Let's go ahead and finish it off with these plates. All right, so there we go. We have a full minifigure stand built. Now, why did I pick, 2 by 30, which is what this is. It's 2 studs wide by 30 studs long. Why this size? Well, let's go jump over to our cabinet there and we'll talk about it. All right, so we are over here at my Marvel case. These are cabinets that I purchased from IKEA. I purchased 3 of these. These are the Brimes units. And inside this cabinet, they have these pre-drilled holes to adjust your glass shelves. Now, it just so happens that the bracket to hold that shelf in place, the outside diameter of that hole is about 4.75 millimeters, and the inside diameter of a Lego Technic hole is about 4.8 millimeters. So that means that these perfectly fit in there, and it just so happens that these holes are perfectly spaced apart. So if I place my Technic bricks on there, now this is a stand with a width of 30 studs, that they perfectly fit in here. As you can see on my X-Men shelf, I've got them displayed on there nicely. Let's go ahead and lock in Thor. Okay, so we've got the one pin in that side over there. And go ahead and place this one in there. Nice little push. Boop. Perfect. So, if you have similar cabinets like this, or you have any kind of melamine cabinets, whether they're cabinets from IKEA or something that you purchased at like Lowe's or Walmart, they should have pre-drilled holes in there that you can take advantage of and build some custom stands like this. Now, if you don't have any cabinets that hold your Lego, you can build these same stands, and you can actually take where this Technic bracket is on the back of it. Let me pull this back out. You can actually put a screw, I get the camera to focus, you can put a screw through one of those Technic holes and mount this straight to your wall. Bam. So you could have, you know, several of these running around in different places. Now, granted, they will collect some dust because they are out in the open, but just another option for you if you don't have melamine cabinets like this. But that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, please smash that like button, drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you guys watching. Click that subscribe button, turn the bell notification on for more awesome content like this, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.